Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So yes, the Bitcoin and crypto bulls crushed through recession fears. Today we technically hit recession in the US, but makes no difference. US markets rallied, Bitcoin rallied, crypto rallied. So everything is looking pretty darn good. Let's talk about what's going to happen next. Smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell to get notified of all my streams. Follow me on social media. Check out CryptosRUs.com and subscribe to the clips and the new George Reacts channel. Welcome, 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 guys. Hopefully you guys are doing well. I'm putting on my sexy voice tonight on purpose. No, I'm just kidding. Trying to prepare you guys for my OnlyFans. No, just kidding. I'm a little under the weather, so my voice deeper and sexier. But you know what? Let's talk about Bitcoin. 23,800, right? So obviously we're going in the right direction. We're right below 24,000, right? This is a point that Bitcoin recently had problems breaking through, but it definitely looks like tomorrow and this weekend, it's going to test it once again. And if we could break through that 24,000, man, watch out. 29 could be right around the corner. That's what I'm looking forward to. So today, obviously, U.S. markets rallied. I kind of expected that. I told you guys this morning that, yeah, we're going to be in a recession. I mean, it confirmed, right? But this is a Fed-induced recession, and you know what? We will get past it. We will. I mean, Powell is doing what he can, right? But things are getting a little bit better, I think. Well, we won't know until we get some further numbers coming out. But based on what Powell said and based on what Janet Yellen said, she actually had a press conference today. I think she feels a little left out that Powell gets to have all the fun addressing the media and addressing the nation. So she decided to have a press conference to talk about the economy. And she's like, you know what? We're not in recession. Who cares what the GDP number says? We're not in recession. Look at our economy, job creation, household finances, consumer spending, businesses are growing. Basically, she's like, yeah, it's really healthy, right? And this is kind of like what Powell was trying to hint at. It's like, yeah, we may be in recession, but the economy is strong, and this is Fed-induced, so it's not like any other recession before, which is why the markets started going up, right? There was a little fake out at the beginning. We saw the price kind of dip a little bit, and boom, right? I knew that was going to happen, and I told you guys that was probably going to happen because people are now getting used to the fact that, yeah, the worst may be behind us. The Fed is not going to be as hawkish as indicated before, right? And the economy is overall still strong. And some of the things that we worry about, like energy prices and food prices and supply chain issues and stuff like that, is starting to alleviate, right? So people are taking advantage and buying the dips. So U.S. markets did well today. Bitcoin is doing well today. And crypto overall, I mean, a lot of altcoins doing very, very well today. Very well. Ethereum, look at it. Ethereum 6%. You got Solana up 9%. Polygon almost 10%. You have a lot of the DEXs, the DeFi projects like Uniswap up 14%. Ethereum Classic up 20%. I know Coca-Cola is a regular. He won't ever give up on Ethereum Classic. Not me, but still up 21%. Take a look. I mean, it's just... Today is just all greens, all greens. It's really a good day, and I do believe we're going to see more of this coming soon. Now, what else is going on today, or what happened? Well, you have some earnings. Amazon reported, unfortunately for them, just like Ford, they both reported record losses for Rivian. Rivian is not doing really well right now. Okay, so Amazon and Ford are two big investors. They both had to write down some massive losses. So there's that. But Amazon themselves, I think overall their numbers were pretty darn good, better than expected. Same thing with Apple. You know, Apple did spectacular too, right? And Intel did not do good. But the good thing about what their CFO said was, we're at the bottom. He believes that we are at the bottom and we're going to recover. But Intel is struggling hard. Their market cap is almost below AMD. That's incredible. Okay, AMD is about to become a more valuable company than Intel. Think about that. Think about the role reversal. How much the mighty has fallen, basically, right? But anyways, the good thing about this is he believes we are at the bottom and we are coming upwards, right? So what else is there? In the crypto world, Gary Vee closes a huge round from A16Z. You know, Gary Vee is still pushing his VeeFriends very hardcore. Although VeeFriends Series 2, I don't believe did very well. VeeFriend 1 is still holding strong, but 2 didn't do well. He came out cards, and I don't know. He's trying to push VeeFriends very, very hard. He's trying to buy the Jets with his VeeFriend, gains, right? So there's that. And then as for NFTs, City of Miami, they're coming out with 5,000 Ethereum NFTs with Time, MasterCard, and Salesforce. Okay. Even though Mayor Suarez just said he kind of regrets launching Miami Coin, he's still gonna move forward. It's not going to dampen his mood, right? He believes in crypto, believes in Web 3.0, and will continue to push forward. So kind of interesting there. All right, what else is going on? Celius, not good news. It turns out that a whole bunch of their emails were stolen because they used a service called customer.io, which happens to be the same one that OpenSea uses. So when a few months ago when OpenSea had a breach of their email list, turns out Celius also did too. So it's kind of like bad news on top of more bad news for Celius, but just be aware that if you're a Celius user, you may have your email stolen because of it. So not good. Now, as for Bitcoin, well, tomorrow, there's a huge options expiration. Tomorrow is the last Friday of the month, and every last Friday of the month, we get options and futures expiration, and it's the biggest one for the month. Tomorrow, there's a huge billions of volumes there. But as you notice, max pain price at 23,000, which is why I think we're kind of straddling that right now, 23.8, 24. We're not going any higher, right? It could be because a lot of the shorters, they don't want to get wrecked because if the max pain if the price keeps going up past the max pain, you see all the longs are going to win and all the puts are going to lose, right? So there could be a battle right now because of it. And after tomorrow, the pressure gets alleviated. That's when we could see some real movement for Bitcoin. So I'm waiting for that tomorrow and going to this weekend. Other good news, the White House is creating a blockchain advisor role that will advise the president. I don't know if that's going to help. I don't know if this blockchain expert is hopefully not like a Gary Gensler, which everyone thought would be very pro Bitcoin and crypto. Turned out he was a Trojan horse. Hopefully it's not like someone like that becomes the digital asset expert. I don't know how they're going to select, but hopefully it's not someone like Gary Gensler, because then that would be very bad indeed. But if it's someone good, it could be very good indeed, right? So I don't want to just make it all negative. It could be someone that's very pro, and that could be good. Also in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro moves forward Bitcoin integration, and their Secretary of Finance mentioned how they may put a percentage of their treasury into Bitcoin. And there's huge tax breaks for Bitcoin miners. These are all fantastic things that is happening in not only Brazil, but we're hearing about this around the world. All fantastic. Growing adoption of Bitcoin never stops. Bitcoin never sleeps. And it's only getting bigger each and every day. And of course, for retail investors, number of people holding at least one Bitcoin keeps going up, hasn't stopped, and keeps going up. What about the crazy mega whales. There's ones that's holding over 10,000 Bitcoins. Guys like Michael Saylor, well, that's still going up. In fact, it's the highest level it's been for quite some time. So the mega whales are also participating right now. There's a lot of money on the sidelines, and they're buying back in. So that's fantastic. Also, number of holders still increasing. People holding 5+ years, up to 24%. You know, so these things measure the overall strength of the holders, and still very, very, very strong. Very strong indeed. You know, from a technical standpoint, if you're looking at a 3-day MACD crossover, yeah, it has happened. So that's good. If you're looking at a weekly scale, you know, MACD is still on its way up, right? It just flipped. Same thing with the RSI. You know, these are fantastic things from a technical standpoint. So looking good from that perspective as well, right? And here, this is an argument that can be made that Bitcoin can one day reach $10 million. Not 1 million, $10 million. But it has to take over a few things. First of all, Bitcoin has to take over about 40% of the gold market, and then 10% of the collectibles market, and 20% of the fine art market, 20% of real estate market, 20% of stock market, 90% of the negative yielding bonds, which, yeah, no, who wants a negative yielding bond? And 50% of low yielding bonds, right? If it takes over all that, guess what? Bitcoin is going to command a 207 trillion market cap, putting each one above $10 million. Can it happen? Sure. Is it going to happen tomorrow? Probably not. But could it happen in 20 years, 30 years, 50 years? Who knows? The sky is the limit, right? So look forward to that as well. What else is there? In addition to options for Bitcoin, there's also a big options expiration for Ethereum tomorrow. But here's the interesting thing, and I didn't know this. This should, if you're a Ethereum fan, you should get very, very bullish based on this alone. So it looks like with the new beacon chain, the number of ETH being produced per day will drop significantly, right? So right now, it's about 13,000 ETH that's mined per day. After the merge, there will only be 1,600 that will be released to the stakers, right? That's a huge drop from 13,000 per day down to 1,600 per day. And not only that, because of the burning that's going on right now, that's equivalent to about 1,600 ETH per day. So that means basically there's going to be a zero inflation. If you're going to have 1,600 ETH burned plus 1,600 ETH given out as staking rewards per day, right? And if there's like large volumes, burn could be even more than that. That's pretty positive if you think about it. Basically, Ethereum becomes non-inflationary after moving to proof of stake. I didn't know that. That's huge. That's absolutely huge. So if you're an Ethereum fan, look for this. I think this is going to help tremendously going forward. All right, so there's that. What else is there? Cardano's hard fork, Vasil, is delayed a few more weeks because they need to do more testing. So I know a lot of people have been asking about it. You got to wait a little bit longer, a couple more weeks. They don't want to rush things. Okay, so there's that. Some of you guys may have noticed Uniswap just absolutely on fire. And not just them, all the DEXs have been on fire. So I do think there's a big transition into DeFi now from CeFi for obvious reasons. But also Uniswap has a lot of things going on. They have a new proposal to kind of take back some of the rewards and reward it to the unit holders, right? And they got to add it to Robinhood. You got to think about all these millennials that's FOMO in on Robinhood. There's not many options to choose from. Uniswap is one of them, right? But I think all these reasons combined, you're seeing Uniswap do very well, but not just them. Like I said, all the other DeFi projects are coming up full force right now, right? So pay attention to that. That could be a big thing going forward. All right, guys. That's pretty much it. You know, Bitcoin is still on its way up, doing great things. Crypto's on its way up too, right? So this whole thing about recession past us. I take that back. I don't want to be too premature and say it's not going to get worse. Maybe recession does get worse, but right now, people are anticipating it's only going to get better, right? The rate hike scare is past us. We don't have to worry about the next one for next month. The next one is September. We got 2 full months before then, right? And we're starting to see the DXY come down a little bit. We're starting to see oil still coming down, right? We're seeing supply chain improving. These are all good catalysts to drive us higher. All right, let's do some Q&A. Ernesto says, if I win the Mega Millions, which is above $1 billion, I will buy 10,000 BTC. If I do, I will buy 10,000 BTC. I'll probably buy more. Saul, thank you. Appreciate you tuning in. All right, let me make sure. Let me sure if I didn't miss anything. Let's see. Harmony, did they vote on if they're gonna go through the minting or the minting where they go basically create a billions upon billions of one? Is that my casting couch? Maybe. Let's see here. Asian markets red, it's okay. Even tomorrow comes down a little bit, it's okay. We've been having pretty good rallies recently. And this week has been pretty good. Last week has been pretty good. So what is Asian market right now? Yeah, they're not that red. I mean, Hong Kong is a little bit red, but Shanghai's even. Japan is up, right? We'll see we'll see how Europe is once it opens. And tomorrow, right now, NASDAQ is still looking like it wants to move up. Oil has dropped down tremendously, below $100 a barrel. Now it's 97, so that's also good too. And the Treasury, a lot of people talk about the Treasury. As Treasury's rates go up, that's also positive. That means less people are buying Treasury. They're buying equities or crypto, right? So that's also a good thing. Mario, did you just notice that couch for the first time? And it's been there for a while. And it's had heavy use. Yeah, I appreciate Rich, I appreciate that you recognize the green lights. Let's see here. Does audience have a chance of coming back? You know, I know they got hacked recently, but, you know, they still have a chance. They just need to move past it. I've always liked Audius. They're well-funded. You know, Binance and Coinbase funded them. You know, they're in the decentralized streaming, field. They have millions of users that use them already. So I think they have good potential. Unfortunately, they got hacked. I'm not sure the details of how they got hacked, but I'm hoping they could pull through. MACD weekly on BTC, bullish SF. Yeah, I mean, if you look at a weekly scale, there's a lot of goodness happening. Okay, so this is a weekly scale. Day to day, minute by minute, yeah, things can flip on a dime. But, these are 3 major indicators I look at, easy ones. MACD, you could clearly see is flipping upwards, right? And if you look at the crossover, it's about to happen, right, within the next day or so. That's fantastic. You look at RSI, it bottomed right here, right around 17K. And if you go back, the RSI has never been that low. Going all the way back to 2020, 2018, going back to 2015, RSI has never been that low on the weekly scale. So that's a pretty good indication of a buy signal. And then also you look at stochastic, also flipped around the same time, right? So on a weekly scale, Bitcoin's looking fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And, that's a good thing to look forward to. TradeMade says the macro is horrific. You don't have to remind me of that. I've been talking about macro environment for pretty much the last 6 months. I know, but the worst maybe behind us. Right? Next month, we'll get inflation numbers for this. Actually, tomorrow we'll get it, but tomorrow's reporting on June, so it's probably not going to be good anyways, because June we know was bad. July is much better. So next month, when we get CPI and PCE numbers, it's going to look better because it's going to drop. But obviously, we already know June was going to look worse because of the higher energy prices. Simon, I've never dug Super Farm. It's like those yield generation projects, farming yield. Just not my thing. Not my thing. Their metaverse and future outlook, I didn't know that they were into metaverse. But, their main thing is yielding farm. And that's just not something that I'm interested in. Meta AI partners with Oasis. Meta is partnering with everyone. All right, they partner with Polygon. They partner with everyone because they are desperate. Their metaverse, experiment is failing miserably. They just lost $2.8 billion in the last quarter alone with their metaverse, right? So when I hear about a project partnering up with Facebook, with their Meta whatever, that does not impress me because Facebook is really desperate to get something going. Simon, okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. Rich, am I being recognized more often? Yeah, sometimes. There's long periods where I don't get recognized. Like when I took a vacation earlier last year, like in December, in the Bahamas, I saw a ton of people. Like 4 people recognized me. But this time in Cancun, surprisingly not one. Maybe because I was wearing my hat and sunglasses all day, right? But periodically, like at Costco or something, someone will say hi. Sometimes I think people recognize me, but they're not sure or they're afraid to say hi. But yeah, more so now than before. What's your take on Zilliqa? Is it better to get SHIB or Zilliqa? I mean, Zilliqa has promised. They also have their Metapolis metaverse, right? And they've been hanging around for quite some time. I think they're still expanding. SHIB also expanding. What's better to get in at? Zilliqa's cheaper, but SHIB has more fans. So I would say they're about equal. UFO and Gala. I haven't kept up with UFO. I know, they're going to do their NFT collection with Cardano, but they're Ethereum based, I believe. And I don't know if they ever released their game yet, but I like Gala. I like Gala a lot. They're already operational. They have their marketplace. They have a ton of games. There's more games coming. So I actually do like Gala a lot. TradeMade, appreciate it. Anyone get the Celius email voluntarily petitions? I didn't see that, but Celius did an email about their email list being stolen. I didn't hear about the other one. Favorite food? I don't really have favorite food. I mean, sometimes I crave peanut butter and jelly. I love a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Sometimes I crave pizza. Those are the worst thing. I can't deny a good burger. I love burgers. Good steak. I mean, I like a lot of stuff. I had too many screwdrivers. I started liking tequila. I've never been a tequila fan, but I had so many tequila shots and drinks in Cancun. I'm starting to like tequila, and it's better. You can mix it with a lot more, chasers and stuff. So, yeah. Super farm is not yield farming? What is the yield farming one? No way. Was this rebranded? Super farm was farming. Or I'm thinking about another one. It was always about farming. When did it turn exclusively to NFTs? I'm being tricked here, or I'm getting confused. But I'm almost certain that it was always about farming. Or, yeah, it was about farming. I'm not wrong about that. But it was like NFT farming, I think, or something like that. Some kind of NFT farming. But it had something to do with farming. But anyways. Yeah, I know it's Elliot's project, but it's in farming. It's like, that's not something that I've ever participated in. 1942 tequila is very good. I think I saw that at Target. It's like $50 a bottle. We're about to be filthy rich over the next few months. Can't disagree with that. I don't know about filthy rich, but we're definitely on our way up, so that's good. I mean, can we see more volatility? Sure. Right? There's still going to be a lot of stuff going on around the world. Not all macro stuff has been solved, within the last 2 days. No. We'll still have up and down moments, right? But overall, we're moving the right direction, right? As time goes on, as higher we go, we'll finally get confirmation that 17,000 was bottom. Still a lot of people sitting on the sidelines. Still a lot of money waiting, stuck with stable coins. Think about this. This over $100 billion just in Tether and USD alone, right? And then you put in another 18 billion from Binance USD. Think about that flowing back into the market, right? Yeah. You go see more and more coming that. What's MooMoo? Oh, they're a commission-free brokerage app. Kind of like Robinhood, but a little bit better. You get level 2 analysis. You got advanced charts. So I know I brought them on as a partner because a lot of you guys are into stocks. I do cover a lot of stocks now, right? In my morning streams and so forth. So if you guys are looking to get into stocks and ETFs and options and learn a bit more, and they also have a tester account. So you could just, trade, kind of like test trade or demo trade. They allow you to do that as well. So check them out if you're looking for a new brokerage app. Will BTC see 65K again? Is it a pipe dream? No, Dan. When you say again, that means all the way, forever into the future. Yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. What is the Coinbase dApp? Their Coinbase wallet. Coinbase wallet is actually a really good non-custodial wallet. People don't realize Coinbase wallet is different than Coinbase itself. You could use Coinbase wallet without using Coinbase, and it gives you a recovery phrase, so you control your key on your phone. And they're building that out, so you have charts and dApps, so you can utilize DeFi projects. Like you can trade on Uniswap using the Coinbase wallet. So it's actually not a bad one. Not a bad one at all. RSI looks oversold. Yeah, on the smaller time frames. I just showed weekly. Go look at RSI in the weekly, and then now change your mind about over. Oh, I thought you said overbought. I'm sorry. Yes, it is looking oversold. What is a potential top for Ape? Much higher than where it is now. It was in the 20s before. Keep that in mind. And they still haven't released their metaverse yet. Right? Once that comes out, I think that's going to be a pretty exciting thing for not only ApeCoin but their NFTs, the other side NFTs. I have a couple of those, right? Looking forward to what they're going to do with those too. I would like to know how to properly take gains. Saul, as we go up, I'm going to explain more into that. But the easiest way to think about it is this. Keeping enough cash on the side, like 20, 25, 30% cash, right? So as the market goes up, that cash pile percentage will start decreasing naturally. Because all the altcoins and Bitcoin will start going up, take a bigger percentage of your portfolio. And when you see that your cash pile is now shrinking to 15%, 10%, right? Then that means you need to take profits and get it back to 20, 25%. I think that's the easiest way to figure that out. Obviously, you don't have to follow that strategy. You could do it based on a percentage for individual coins, something like that. That works. What exchange do you recommend to cash out $300,000 and not pay 1% like Coinbase? Robinhood only lets me deposit $5,000 per day. It's annoying slow. So, what do you mean cash out? Cash out to cash? I don't know. I mean, paying 1% doesn't seem like that unreasonable. And why do you want to cash out to cash? Do you really need it, or you just want to make it sit on the sidelines? If you want to make it sit on the sidelines, you could just trade it for a stable coin. So, I'm not sure. If you're really trying to cash out in cash, I mean, Coinbase 1%. I mean, you could try Gemini. You could try Binance.us. I don't know if they're going to be any cheaper to cash out. I mean, to tell you the truth, I haven't cashed out in so long. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Should I buy a Lego Titanic? It looks fantastic. I wish I had space for it. I would buy it in a heartbeat. What is the best way to support my channel? Just continue to watch, man. Continue to watch, Rich, and tell others about it. And subscribe to my other channels. So that would help me. Like my George Reacts channel, it's for fun, but I still want to put some work into it and grow it, see if I can grow it. So I have that linked already. But my Clips channel, my Drivers Only, check them all out. I think he means without paying taxes. You can't cash out without paying taxes. If you don't want to pay taxes, don't cash out. That's the easiest thing to do. Just don't cash out. If you don't want to pay taxes, don't cash out. Just hold in Bitcoin, hold in whatever, and use it to pay for things eventually. OnlyFans, I'm getting you guys ready for it. I'm practicing my low, deep, sexy voice along with my casting couch in the back, along with my lights, getting you guys set up. Do you think the FUD with SEC and Coinbase stir up lawsuit? I mean, I don't know. Coinbase might sue SEC. Right now, SEC is probing into Coinbase. The Gary Gensler just wants to throw his weight around right now, but this whole thing about what's a security, what's not, and whether or not SEC has jurisdiction over crypto, that's still up in there. Miguel, I'm 19 and put all my money. I worked young into Matic. I have 20,000 coins. Congratulations. You're starting early. And that's fantastic. Most teenagers, what they're doing is they're on their phone swiping away at TikTok, although that's very enjoyable, and I do enjoy that. But most 19-year-olds are not thinking about investing. thinking about girls, thinking about making money, and looking at TikTok. But you're ahead of the game. Congratulations. You need to do more contests like the last one. You know, that last one did well until the market soured. I do want to do another one by the end of this year. When things, you know, start really moving, I'm going to do another contest, and I'm going to do some really good giveaways, some really nice ones. Yeah, teens are trying to get a car. Terrible time for that. Shanna, exactly right. Buying sneakers to impress friends, trying to get a PS5, paying like $900 for a PS5, you know, stuff like that. You know, I hope my kids, I can instill enough of my entrepreneurship and my determination. I hope I can get that through their heads so that, you know, once they're in high school and become a teenager, you know, they're thinking about the right things as they grow older, right? Hopefully they don't just become rich brats and just become really lazy. Could this be a false breakout? Sure. You can always argue it could be a false breakout. Tomorrow we fall down. People say, oh, it's a false breakout. Now, I don't look at a breakout. I'm just looking at the overall trend. And the trend has been going up for weeks now, right? Can it flip lower? Can we have more volatility? Sure. But I'm looking at the fundamentals, looking at the charts, looking at everything that's going on, right? Things are still strong. And looking at the macro environment, things are getting better. At least markets are reacting positively. There's a lot more buying, right? So these are things I'm looking at. It's not 100% certain that we're not going to get more volatility, but it is looking like we're trending upwards. And that's fantastic versus, let's say, a month ago, right? Do I see 30K within a 3-week period? I mean, anything's possible. And we haven't seen some tremendous pumps yet, but we could see 30K within a week. And here's why. I mean, you could clearly see what's going on right now, right? When we fell down from the top, we fell down pretty fast. But during this time right here was when Elon sold about $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. We also had Celius FUD come out. We had Voyager FUD come out. We had Three Arrows Capital FUD come out. That pushed us down very hard, very fast, right? But you could see between where we are now and up to 29, 30K, there's no resistance. There's no reason why we can't push right back up to 29, 30K in the near future. And I'm talking about within a week, maybe a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, right? It could be as soon as this weekend. We haven't seen some tremendous pumps yet, right? But it's coming. It's around the corner. So that's why I feel like, yeah, 30K is not as far off as we think. Now, moving past this and going to the 40s, well, I think that's going to take some time. That could take some time. But, you know, I think our next step is going to be around 29, 30,000. Who do we blame more, Elon or Doe? Of course, Doe. Let's not forget, even though we love to hate on Elon, Tesla still holds $200+ million worth of Bitcoin, right? Not to mention SpaceX, himself, he still holds on Bitcoin. He needed cash. He thought about Tesla first. Okay, so I can understand as a CEO, you have to make a hard decision sometimes, right? But yeah, let's not forget he still holds a tremendous amount of Bitcoins. Do I like cigars? No, it does not interest me at all. Not one, so not a little bit. All right, guys. I'll let you go. Overall, Bitcoin is doing well. Crypto is doing very well. Right? Let's see what happens tomorrow. We got a big options expiration tomorrow for Bitcoin, for Ethereum. Once that's over, can we see more movement? I'm looking forward to that. Let's see how the U.S. market reacts tomorrow. We had a pretty good day today. Will that continue tomorrow? Let's see. So tune in tomorrow, 8:15 a.m. Central Standard Time, and let's look at it together. All right, and make sure I have pinned George's Reacts. Go check it out. I think you guys will enjoy it. Sausage Jam. Green, the greenest you've been, the end to the tears and in between years and the troubles we see now that we're in green. Okay. I'll take that. All right, have a good one, guys. Good night. Take care. Bye-bye.